I am the Program Support Manager for the Reef 2050 Integrated Monitoring and Reporting Program. My presentation today is called Knowledge for Resilient Reef Management. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the lands on which I am presenting to you from today, the Wulgurukaba and Bindal people, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. The Reef Authority acknowledges the traditional owners as the first scientists of the land and sea and values their traditional knowledge in ongoing reef management and stewardship. This presentation is about the Reef 2050 Integrated Monitoring and Reporting Program, also known as RIMReP. RIMReP is a key foundational component of the Reef 2050 Long-Term Sustainability Plan, which provides an overarching strategy for managing and protecting the Great Barrier Reef. RIMReP's primary purpose is to drive resilience-based management and track progress against the objectives and goals of the Reef 2050 plan. It places a strong emphasis on the use of the best available science and knowledge to guide management actions to improve reef health, recovery and resilience. There are 7 priority areas that guide the ongoing operation and continuous improvement of RIMReP. Today I'll be talking you through how we're utilising data about the reef and making that data accessible for reef managers and applying that information into decision support system tools that are helping to guide effective management processes. To achieve effective management responses, we first need to understand human use on the reef. Who is doing what and where? Resilience-based management is reliant on robust data from critical monitoring programs. Maintaining existing long-term monitoring programs and developing and supporting new monitoring activities and technologies is critical to the delivery of improved information. We can then apply this information to enable early detection of trends and changes in the reef's environment. To do this, we need to know who is collecting data about human use on the reef. And as you can see, there isn't just one program dedicated to monitoring the whole Great Barrier Reef. RIMReP is not just a Reef Authority program. Instead, it's governed by a collaborative partnership involving Australia's key government, environmental management and science agencies, including the Department of Climate Change, Energy, the Environment and Water, the Australian Institute of Marine Science, the Integrated Marine Observing System, CSIRO, and the Queensland Government Department of Environment and Science. 4 traditional owner representatives also form a key part of the program's governance. Each RIMReP partner is managing a lot of data. We needed a way to make this data easier to locate, more accessible and interoperable, and usable by decision makers. Having accessible information about current conditions and trends can then be used to inform the assessment of threats and risk-based decision making to strengthen resilience-based management. The RIMReP data management system has been created to enable timely access and spatially explicit information for reef managers, reef users, traditional owner communities and the general public. The data management system is an extremely useful piece of technology. The system can collect data and metadata from data providers in an automated way, store or cache data collections, and provide the end user with a delivery mechanism through machine-to-machine connections or application programming interface services. The data management system has been designed to improve efficiency of access to information through automation of repetitive tasks. It also ensures that the data meets required standards, protects ownership rights and privacy, follows free, prior and informed consent with traditional owners, and meets end-user needs. The data management system will enable a wide range of stakeholders to discover most of the data related to the reef and will provide different options to extract the required data using simple filters like temporal range or geographical extent. It's about harvesting, harmonising and delivering data and metadata. In the harvesting phase, this is where we create automatic data ingestion pipelines for connecting and collecting data from the data provider. Metadata will also be collected and catalogued using globally accepted standards. In the harmonising phase, this is where variables and values from each dataset will be transformed into an analysis-ready, cloud-optimised or ARCO format, ready to be discovered and extracted in a very efficient way. In the delivering phase, the user can connect directly to the cloud-based data management system, data repository, and request subsets of the variables of interest. The data management system is a critical service in support of RIMReP's Reef knowledge system and the decision support tools we have in place now and into the future. Some are for internal use only, and some are visible to and usable by the public. Over time, the number of resources will grow. However, there are already 2 handy dashboards available to the public: the Inshore Marine Monitoring Program dashboard and the Tourism Monitoring Effort dashboard. Please check them out, and while you're exploring the dashboards, have a think about how or where these tools could fit in and assist with the work that you do. Now that we have started to funnel in all this data, how can we make the decision-making processes faster and easier for the people who will be making these decisions? How can we help increase the likelihood of good decision-making? And how do we help people answer their questions about the what, the where, and the why? Too many data and information options can be overwhelming and make systems and interfaces hard to use. One approach is to design decision support tools that help users with particular decision processes. Advancing the Reef knowledge system are constructing a range of analytical dashboards to support Reef 2050 reporting. Data analysts are looking at ways to better utilise the data collected through the Eye on the Reef program and other datasets that are being made available through the data management system. Here is an example of a dashboard that has been drafted for seabirds, and we're going to listen to one of the team members discuss how it can be used.
This report page shows the distribution of seabird records in the map and bar charts and results from the QPWS assessment of important seabird sites here in the table below. You can query this dashboard through using the filters on the left-hand side. For example, you can select specific islands or case in the feature ID filter. And as you can see, your dashboard and all its visuals will adjust dynamically.
Another example of a decision support system tool is the Resilient Reefs Network. In looking at which reefs may have differing resilience potentials, what data is relevant? How do we consider resistance, resilience, and luck? For cyclones, do we need category, path, duration, or wind speeds? To consider coral bleaching, do we need light, water temperatures, bleaching thresholds, water temperatures at different depths and locations? How do we include water quality? Is that exposure, exceedances, and which elements? Crown of thorns starfish. Do we want to know where they have and haven't been and their life history? And for recovery, we need to consider connectivity of coral larvae between reefs. On this slide, I've highlighted the various data sources to show the importance of knowledge and information sharing. When we can apply the various layers and data subsets, we can focus our collective efforts on prioritising reef-level decisions. So to finish off this presentation, there are just a few key messages that I would like to leave you with. The first is that the data management system provides a platform where big data can be analysed for management information and systems, which feeds into the Reef knowledge system. 2, the Reef knowledge system is the first-stop shop for up-to-date information about the reef to guide effective management decisions. And finally, when we engage collaboratively in information and knowledge sharing, we can help guide effective management responses to improve reef health and resilience. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be joining you online to answer any questions you may have.